Hello everyone, Brian from Twisted Tree Farm, and I have
Stephanie
with me today. I'm excited. We kind of had a little snafu on our trip this time. The sun's blasting us again as always. We left Friday and got all the way here and realized that we forgot our medications. And they're important ones. So we had to turn around and go all the way back home, stay at our regular house Friday night, and we drove all the way back up this morning. And we have been busy little bees, no pun intended. And a lot of stuff, probably you're gonna see weeds laying around. I've been weed whacking all day and doing all kinds of things. Steffi's been really busy in the garden. Tell me about the garden.
I got some tomatoes, some squash, and a couple of green beans, but the beans are kind of dying out.
Beans are not gonna make it, it sounds like.
No, I don't think so. Hopefully my fall beans will make it. I planted some beans and peas over in your corn. Sorry.
That's okay. But right now, we waited till it kind of cooled down a little bit. I mean, it's not super cool, but
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. We have to go out and finish hanging the set in the timber. We got the ladder stand up last week. So this week we have to get the hang-on portable up there so we can record our hunts. We do have a couple shooters on camera, but we're not gonna bring them. Hello, sorry everybody. We're not gonna show anybody the shooters yet. We try and keep those a secret around here. We try and manage, but people are highly intelligent with technology today. There's no telling how they might find out where they're at. But anyway, we're gonna hop on our modes of transportation, the tractor and the zero turn, and head back down the lane over there. And then on the way back in, after we get that all set up,
Hopefully.
back to stuff. We've had all kinds of excitement happening with the bees, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but we're gonna find out. We put a new bee in there. Queen bee.
Didn't find her last weekend.
Couldn't find her last weekend. We marked her, but we didn't find anything in there. So we had to buy a new one. We made a trip up here and put her in, and
Couldn't find her either.
couldn't find her either. But we did find a queen, so we marked her. It's a mess out there at the bees, but we're gonna get it cleaned up. So let's get this stuff going before it turns dark on us, because it's quite a hike back there. So we'll see you at the tree. Safety feature right there. Must not have taken it out of gear, so it shut the tractor off. It's working. Just giving you guys a POV here because we're kind of in a hurry as late as it is, but it was so hot earlier. And people might ask, well, deer are nocturnal, don't they typically start coming out around this time? Well, I'm gonna point you to some gentlemen. I don't know these folks at all. I've never met them. I have watched their videos. That's not where I learned from, but I have watched them and listened to them, and they had a video. It's gonna get kind of loud. I'll try and speak over. They had a video, they're called The Hunting Public, and they had a video, they were speaking to, I want to say, don't hold me to this, I want to say they were professors from Missouri State, I want to say it's Missouri State, because every time I watch them on there, they keep saying MSU, and I keep wanting something else. I don't know, but I want to say it's Missouri State, and they had a really interesting conversation about nocturnal deer and if they're nocturnal. And don't hold me to it. It's been quite a while. Whoops, sorry about that. It's been quite a while since I've watched it. But what ended up coming down to, what it ended up coming down to was that deer are not necessarily nocturnal. And they move during the day too, is what they're saying. Now, when they, I don't know what everybody's opinions are on nocturnal and not nocturnal. What you might think nocturnal is may not be what I think it is, or vice versa. Or, you know, this isn't being brought up to say somebody's right or somebody's wrong, and that'd be a good conversation to have down in the comments below. I mean, after you you may have found a snafu here that's kind of deep in the water, it looks like here. She's stuck. We got the tractor here, so we're gonna have to get this undone here. This is interesting. She got a smile on her face. She's stuck. Hey, hang on just a second here. Hey, let's see what we got going on here. Let's lock this one down tight. I'll get over here and see what we can do. We're probably gonna have to unhook that trailer. It's heavy. It's got a sprayer in it with water, 15 gallons of water, so I'm gonna have to figure something out here. I'll give her the camera and then I'll figure out what I can do here. I'm talking to the camera actually. Whoops, I didn't want it to do that. That wouldn't have done too well, would it? Okay, let me go get the tractor now. know if this is gonna hold or not, but we'll find out. This ought to be great. Okay.
You need that ratchet?
No, I got some in my backpack here that'll help out with that. So, oh man, whew. I bet the bugs are gonna be terrible.
Joy.
Yeah, right. And this bridge, this thing has just been nothing but trouble. I guess it's carpenter issues. That would be me. I guess I should have just done it right the first time. Be careful because there's screws and nails sticking up on the edge where I reuse these. We like to repurpose things if we can, but sometimes I get carried away and don't think about safety when I should be, more so than saving the penny. I gotta wait for Steffi here to make sure she makes it okay.
I have little legs.
That's okay. Little legs are good. Okay.
Yummy. You got raspberries.
Are these raspberries? What are these?
Wild raspberries.
Get out.
Yeah. You got raspberries.
Where's the app at? You kidding me? Wild raspberries.
Or blackberries. Oh no, I think they might be blackberries. I don't know.
Wow, pretty cool. All right, let's get back there and.
You know me, always looking to forage.
Well, yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, this farm's kind of new to us, but even if it wasn't new,
Black raspberries. Rubus occidentalis.
look at that. We have blackberries, not black raspberries.
No, they're black raspberries.
Black raspberries? Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm game. Just let me know when they're ripe.
When they turn black.
Yeah. As you can see, this deer run just getting bigger and bigger every week. I mean, it's.
There's another tree down up there.
Yeah, man. These storms that have been coming through. I mean, I guess we kind of asked for it, right?
You prayed for rain, but not.
Yeah, not torrential. That's right across the deer run too. We're gonna have to bring the chainsaw back in here. I think we're gonna. There's a frog. Look at that. A couple of them. That's another story too. During all the permits and everything for the garage, come to find out it wasn't disclosed when we bought the property. Not that it matters, because they're obviously letting us build. All of this land is considered a wetland. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen too many oaks and ridges in wetlands. And these oaks are just huge acorns. Never seen water back here, but this is something new that I shouldn't say nobody told me, but I didn't take the time to learn. Wetlands aren't determined by water most of the time. It's by the forage or the plant life, the tree life, is what dictates whether it's determined to be a wetland, I guess. Now that was disclosed to me from somebody in the building codes department where we're at. So I don't know, right or wrong or what, but it's supposed to be a wetland, and I don't care one way or the other. It's ours and we love it. There's another piece of property down the road a couple miles we actually looked at before this one. We didn't even realize how close we were. But I'm glad we didn't get it, because wow, that would have been a disaster of epic proportions. Maybe we'll drive by there one day and show you what we were looking at getting into. It was a mess, I can tell you that. But anyway, so this is that ridge line that was in the other videos, and right straight ahead is bedding area.
Here's your black walnut.
Yep, the walnuts. Squirrels around here, holy smokes.
I think that you can actually sell these.
What for? What are they?
I don't know, but I saw somewhere that people were selling them.
Okay.
So
Yeah, the squirrels, they pile them up back here. It's funny. Last year we come out here hunting one night, and we come back the next night and there's this big pile of black walnuts. I'm like, did you do this? She's like, no. Stephanie's like, no, I didn't do it. It was the squirrels. They're like making their little root cellars, I guess, for the wintertime. But I'm still, look at that, man. Still don't know what sap draining down causing that, or so I don't know what's causing that. If that's sap draining down doing that to that tree, you know, it almost looks like, we don't have bears around here, it almost looks like a bear rubbing up against that, scratching its back. But scratching to get ticks off or whatever. But yeah, I've seen that from bears, but we don't have bears around here. So we'll keep walking down this ridge, start heading down now. There's some real thick, heavy bedding over here, and they can be right on top of you before you know it. I mean, you don't see them, you don't hear them. Next thing you know, boom, there they are. And when the leaves go away, it's a completely different story. You can see them coming from a long ways away. But last year I hunted right here religiously because there was one of the shooters was coming in here, and I did my best to try and take my shot at him, but it seemed to me that every time I back here, I was either too early or too late. We left our stands one day, and 30 minutes later we're down at Tractor Supply getting propane, and our cell camera goes off, and lo and behold, there he is. That's how hunting works, and that's why we keep doing it. And again, this is a deer run too. This is not human made. This is crazy at the density of deer back here. We're hoping to take some does out because I really want to think that the buck to doe ratio is kind of out of proportion here from what I can see, but I'm gonna get a hold of the biologist in this area and talk to him maybe and see what he has to say about the deer population and the health of the herd. I do know that we're in a CWD zone. I noticed that on one of the hunting maps that anybody can download and use the free features or pay to get the the good membership with all the add-ons and bells and whistles. And so I looked at that and I noticed the zone was shaded in for chronic wasting disease, and there's been a deer or two, I don't know how many actually, that's been found back here with CWD. But definitely, people sometimes are so worried about getting food plots out and deer stands and things of that nature, and in your area, if you can bait, people are putting bait out and worried about it, and let's hurry up and do that. Sometimes, again, this is just me, the way I see things, and I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong, or it's just how I look at it. Without a healthy deer herd, you're not going to have deer to hunt, or very, very minimum deer to hunt, that is. And water is a big thing, and minerals and their vitamins, and you really want to make sure that you play an important part in managing. Yeah, I see it right here. you need to be play a big part in managing your herd. You know, it's not always about, oh, I shot the biggest buck here, I shot the biggest buck there. To me, I find the biggest enjoyment out of making sure that I do the right thing by the whitetail population, or whatever game it is that I'm hunting, whether you're upland game birds, or one day hopefully I get drawn for an elk tag. But yeah, you know, that to me, that's a bigger fulfillment to me than you know, putting a booner on the wall or whatever it may be. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. But herd population is key. So we already got the stand back here. We just left it back here. We're way back in the middle of nowhere. We're not too worried right now about people stealing tree stands. But I got to get this portable stand up there. So give me a few minutes here to figure this out. I got to get all this backpack off me and the ratchet strap. They give ratchet straps and I'm sure they're fine, but I kind of go overboard on safety, and I want to go home to see my family, and I want my family coming home to see me, that's for sure. So all right, I'm gonna get this going here, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. There you go. What I do on these is I got my tow rope, and I buy these clips. You can get them at Home Depot or dollar store. Actually, I don't get cheap ones like at the dollar store, but you can get them there. They're plastic. These are metal ones. And I lasso it through there and put it back over the line to hook it on there. This is the tow rope that you're going to use to pull your bow up, obviously. And then you have your ratchet strap as well. That's how I do it. I use a ratchet strap to tie these things back on. So I take this D-ring and I clip it right onto the ratchet strap too. So when I climb up this thing, I'm not fumbling around with a bunch of other stuff targeted on me, you know, weighing me down. So all I'm bringing up is this rope, this tow rope. First things first.
I apologize for the video as I'm swatting mosquitoes off of me.
Yeah, it is. It's really humid back here. The bugs are crazy. It's there is no wind at all. So let's get this up there so we can get the other stand up there at least. So I'm back up here battling these bugs. Battery's going dead. Okay, let's get this 30-foot ratchet strap. That's right, I said that, 30 foot. The reason I get 30 footers is because ladder stands require two long straps to secure the ladder to the tree about halfway down, a little over halfway down. And so I get 30 footers that are rated well above what they should be. That way I feel more secure that way, and I feel more secure with my family, whoever goes up in there hunting, you know. I did a snafu when I used, oh, there we go. I didn't think I was going to get that back around. I pulled the zero turnout. I messed up the ratchet strap. Okay, so let's turn this back around. Ladder stand's a good thing because the seat folds up on this one. And we're going to put this ladder, or this lock-on stand, on this side over here. So I'll be over top of their drawing arm. Well, not over top of them, but that side of them. So this, you can see, this was done a week ago. We had quite a bit of rain, but you can see it's all coming up. Everywhere we planted in this, it's coming up everywhere. That rain just spiked it and said, let's grow, let's grow. Now, on the other side of these trees right here, there's another food plot that I planted the same stuff in. We will visit that one next week because we have to tend to the bees before it gets too hot.